let's go. Hey, it's Rage and Pillage, interviewing all the players. Every place we filled and reminiscing on the days that we made a killing. Burley, no chill, man. Got the Viking mindset. Bring the minds to your buildings, leaving fire behind us. So reminder, we drink till the drink diminish. Give a fuck what you think. Came to Rage and Pillage. Are you ready?
Oh, hell yeah, bitches. We are fucking back. Monday night now. We're all over the fucking place. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Boom. I'm your creepy Uncle Burley, and tonight I'm joined by some funny motherfuckers, some friends I made along the podcast road. Now, I'm on a podcast with the Steve Winwood Fantasy Football League with these guys, and they're also podcasters. They're Yuban Whakinov and Matt from Beardlaws. Or do you want me to just call you Mr. Beard? How's that go?
Yeah, both of those work. All of them. We'll mix it up. It depends on how this goes, and
see how much.
I guess how
much bourbon goes in. But y'all are the hosts of the Beardlaws podcast, Your Town, and TTT Triple T. Which one is
baby?
it?
TikTok Tuesday.
TikTok Tuesday. Hell yeah! That's why I couldn't get him in here on a Tuesday. Holy shit! Did y'all see that?
Wow!
Right,
now you have to hold it the rest of the episode.
No fucking way. I would. God damn it! All right, bear with me.
It'd be easier if you just put that whole thing in your mouth and then just use both hands to tighten it up. There you go.
Wow.
All right, you know
we
what?
got some ASMR going on right now.
Can you hear that pretty good?
Oh yeah.
Watch the top part. It's gonna come off now. All right, we'll deal with that for now. No touchy Burley. No touchy Burley. All right.
Yep.
So what the fuck is up? Oh, we got people in here. I guess I should show these every once in a while. I'm learning from other shows that I gotta start showing these things. We're on Twitch now too. We'll see how that goes.
Probably pretty good.
How the fuck y'all doing? It is night of Dallas football. Yuban's a big Dallas fan. Don't have your gear on tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's next to me. I didn't want to get too comfortable. I figured with this being a live show and the Cowboys doing what they typically do in prime time and choke, I was like, you know what? Hoodie it is today.
I took a hard stance years ago. That's why you'll never see me in a jersey. Took a hard stance about like wearing another man's name on your back, being gay. And like I've lived by this for years of just being like, nah, it's gay. You're worshiping another man. Why are you doing that? Just I don't hate on other people. Just my wife's like, why don't you ever buy jerseys? In my head, I'm like, because they're $150. But for real, I'm like, it's kind of gay. Sort of gay.
I get where you're coming from on that as well, because it's and also just longevity. Half these players get traded after 2 or 3 years. So you get one, you're like, oh, cool. This player no longer plays for my team and is doing substantially better with another team. So it makes no sense for me to wear this fucking thing anymore.
Shout out to DeAndre Hopkins. So he was a legend here, and then fucking.
That's why you buy legend shirts that have already happened, like Brett Kiesel is an obvious choice for this guy. 1, he's bearded. 2, I'm a Steelers guy, obviously. 3, he's already done. He's not going to play for anybody else.
Did y'all ever buy the Japanese jerseys or the Chinese jerseys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
$50 legitimate jerseys, sideline.
Yes, all hand stitched, and there's a few phrases in there, but it is what it is.
Hey, them kids make a hell of a jersey. You leave them alone,
dude. The nimble fingers. It's the nimble fingers that get it going. But fucking dude, I was selling the shit out of those probably 15 years ago. Just I was sending it to some village in China, and I would get a box a month later full of fucking jerseys.
Why is it damp? It's the tears.
Yeah, it is the tears. That adds to it. I mean, we were buying shoes, Versace sunglasses, everything that was on their website. We were just buying a little bit of everything. I'd pass it around the warehouse I was working in, put in your orders, and then I would have to give everybody a disclaimer. If we get robbed, we get robbed. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just like, I'm sending like $3,000 to some Chinese guy.
They always came through.
Yeah, money order. Yeah.
Yep, it came through.
Good for those people. I was watching some YouTube shit today. So like the Chinese state like doesn't really give a fuck about like copyrights and shit like that. So there's about a bunch of copy shit. These guys went to China and they were buying like legit iPads and shit from corner stores for like $50 US. Shit like that is fucking awesome, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Yep.
I'm all about.
And there's a couple new sites like that too that are super cheap. I mean, Temu, however the hell you say it. I mean,
okay, explain that one to me, dude. That one's newish on my radar.
Yeah, so I know my wife, she uses it for her business every once in a while, and even my kids, they'll order stuff off of it, and I'm like, this is a scam. I've heard nothing but terrible things about this, and it was usually just comments from people who obviously have never used the site before. They're just like, no, I don't trust it. It works. It's faster than Wish usually. With a couple of exceptions, but it's
if you're trying to order a child on Wish, it might take a little longer.
Right.
Yeah.
Or was that Wayfair? I tried doing that.
Oh, was it Wayfair? It was one of those.
Yeah, I had 3 of those curio cabinets. None of them showed up. I was very upset. But they have a, I don't know. It's very similar to Wish. So they have like clothing on there and stuff like that. So my wife and daughter got some basic bitch Halloween Town sweatshirts and just like horror ones and stuff for $1 a piece. So I was like, okay, shit. And they look good.
And
so
they
I was
actually
like,
showed up?
Yeah, they showed up.
Shit,
and within those ones showed up within 2 weeks. So I was like, damn.
All right, I'm going to have to peep that website out then. It showed up on my shit. It feels like in the last 2 or 3 months, it's been popping up every time I look for something. And then I'm like, what the fuck is this? Is this the next Alibaba or whatever the fuck it is? I'm just like, all right, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
So
that one was
I haven't dabbled in it.
You should.
I did find this shoe website that looks like it might have promise. I'll find the name of it and send it out. I'm gonna keep it hush hush on here, but I know it's for sure all fake kicks. But it's like all the hard to find shits. I'm just like, hey, here we go.
I thought about just investing some money into Wish, like maybe $50 and buying some of their the sex toys that they always sponsor on there. I'm like, you know what? Let's get an OnlyFans and let's just rate these Wish sex toys. Kind of like David Portnoy.
Let's go. One stroke. Everybody knows the rules.
That's right. One stroke, folks.
What'd you say? Wayfair?
Wayfair was that was the one that if you're into not antique furniture.
No. What's the sex toy one? Is that what you said?
That was Wish.
Okay, we're looking up Wish sex toys.
I mean, if anything, we can throw it on the Patreon.
See, that would work too.
You guys with your Patreon.
I mean, we have 2.
Oh, Jesus, this is great. Share the screen, Micah. Or come on. Remove.
I was going to say.
All right. Here we go. I'm really good at this. All right. I like the pussy dick. It's like if you really just don't know what you want to do that night.
Is
that what it's actually called?
No, it's a 2-in-1 male masturbator. Oh, okay. So like, I mean, a dude could use that on his chick, right? If you had a small dick, stick it in there, and then now you got a big old rager for your chick.
See, it's for both parties. It's like, got a small dick and she's got a big old vag. Try this. It's just
this is great. Right. This is great.
Is that Slimer's dick?
It's ectoplasm for sure. It's at least soaked in high C ecto cooler.
Could you imagine having to do that pose to jerk off like he did? I mean, that's a big grip. Sorry, I lost Burley.
So I mean, there's no coming back from this. I mean,
there's. Once you get it, do you light candles and prepare, or
do you light candles when you bring a chick home?
Maybe. I mean, I've been married 13 years.
So you're not bringing chicks home.
Yeah, we're just hurrying at this point. Hope they don't bang on the goddamn
what
door.
If, thinking out loud, maybe one week somebody's a loser in this SWFFL and we randomly just send them this and they don't know that it's just a mystery punishment. Dude, not like these guys are going to watch your show, unfortunately, a bunch of pricks. But if you are, imagine though, unfortunately, if this shows up at like Tyson's house or Logan's house.
I would love that. I would love that. Dude,
this should be the trophy.
$72. Yes. $72 split. How many ways? It'd be fucking easy money.
I mean,
this one's only $18, dude. Right on.
That's the one.
Yeah. Just get them to gift wrap it.
What size would you get though? Look at the sizes.
I need a black. I need the black one for sure. If that is a thing.
Well, there's look on the right. Sizes and color.
Oh man, I'm going BBW.
Yeah.
They only have the nude.
You
This
can
is
only do nude.
racist. Yeah, that's Asian, dude. You know, what do you expect?
That's a dude's butt right there. That one had the curvature of a dude's butt.
The dude's butt with a vagine. Golly, dude. Like, if you have this in your house, you have to feel sad every time you're done. Every time.
That's what I was wondering.
I don't know. I mean, they don't have any needs afterwards. So are you upset?
That means he has one. He did the same shit when we were talking about class rings. He instantly defended it like that, like trying to play it out. You have, which one do you have?
No, I mean, have I used a fleshlight before? Yes.
Yeah,
Was it amazing when I first got it? Yes. Does it get kind of old? Yes.
Was your wife
hand is
mad?
still
Was your
the best.
wife mad when you put it in the dishwasher? Kinda. Yeah. Fucking, you know. How else are you supposed to clean it?
Did you ruin a microwave trying to warm it up just a little bit?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I have a backup microwave now, though. That's actually a brilliant idea.
Okay.
The Hot Pocket.
We're going back in time now. You ready for this? We got teenage Yuban. We got teenage Matt. What's the weirdest thing you stuck your dick in to jerk off when you were alone? Whenever you were just a fucking. I've already told my story on here. It was a Hot Pocket. It just falls apart. Yeah. Yeah.
What kind of hot was it? Was it a hot ham and cheese?
It was pepperoni, dog. I'm a man, bro.
All right. I didn't know if it was like a roast beef, like if it was,
Beef stroganoff.
the weirdest thing.
I'm not gonna lie. While you're thinking, I didn't stick my dick in any.
You didn't fuck the
weird
couch
object.
cushions or anything?
I did, man.
So apparently that's a lot more common than I think, because we had this one guy who fucked a couch, and I'm like, yeah, this guy fucked a couch, and they're like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Dudes fuck couches. And I'm like,
we do.
The fuck?
There's so many people that were like getting off to their vacuum cleaners. There was a couple of guys that we played versus allegedly in sports in a different school that they had a thing where they were fucking fruit, a lot of different fruit, and different pies and shit. And I don't know, it was just always a thing that we made fun of them so much that we were like, we can't do this. I mean, this is all we have on these guys right now.
So the most you went was overhand. And just
I love the sleeper, getting that hand asleep. You put in the time, the commitment, and it sucks though, because now that we're getting older, and I wake up now, and it's almost like karma. And my hands are like, the other day I woke up, both of my hands, and I had to piss so bad, and I couldn't, and I was just like trying to get them out, flopping them out because I couldn't even open the door.
It's like the little Asian kids after they make your jersey, they're just tired. Fucking.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
But I guess I'm the same with Matt. I mean, a lot of people are always like, oh, the tube socks. I'm like, am I the only one that like never used like tube socks and shit like that?
You never have? You've never even tried it?
Never used a tube socks. So
I've tried it. I didn't like it because you know how your shit's all sensitive after you nut? Now you have to slide that sock off, and it's like it's like a whole thing.
Same thing with these with the fleshlight that I used one time too. I was kind of like, oh damn. And then there was a I don't even know how to even. There was like a nick in the thing. There was like a little line, kind of like a pool toy when it has like an extra piece of the.
Oh no! Inflatable.
Yeah, and that hurt like a son of a bitch. So another way that I deterred away from, like, no, thank you.
Can y'all hear those dogs barking?
Yes.
Yeah. I was going to bark back. He's making the call.
Just yelled at my wife.
Who let the dogs out?
Now I have
what kind of dogs
now
are
I have to beat
One's a big,
tonight.
one's definitely a little dog.
Oh, for sure. I got one big dog, one little one.
I could read lips too, and I heard what you said too. It was, if you don't put them down, I'm putting you down.
Yeah, I pulled the Cosby. That's a different thing nowadays, because there's that other quote. He's like, I brought you into this world, I can take you out of it. But now pulling a Cosby is a whole different thing.
It is. It is.
Very much so.
I don't know who this is, but.
Hey, welcome to Twitch. Welcome.
Yeah.
To be honest, do you know which point it is? Because it could be a lot of different points that that they are referring to.
I'm guessing the big fat asses on the screen. And I was going to ask y'all how far into that little tunnel you think you go, but I don't want to hurt my own feelings. So we're just going to leave it at that.
Yep.
Fucking.
A mini Pringles can.
I wish.
He's like,
boy wishes. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Don't act like you don't know.
Then you missed all the fake pussies.
Shout out to Sasha Gray and her molds.
Hey,
you bought it.
Sasha Gray.
You bought the fucking. Yeah, shout out to her. You know.
So it was I got a coupon. So since the name is Yuban Whakinov, kind of like the TikTok shop.
But you bought the signature series.
Apparently, there was a mouth and a vagina. The mouth one.
What was better?
The mouth one was great. That one was. It was good.
Did they make?
Oh, here he goes googling.
Did they make dude fleshlights? Surely, right?
Like a bearded one? Matt, can we clone your face for a moment? Can we
Hold on, there has to be.
Oh.
Look up fleshlight beard. It has to exist. Oh, please, Lord.
The scruff and gruff.
I mean, there has to be. I mean, there has to be a huge market for it, right? I mean, we're dudes that are buying them, and
there's a lot of Photoshop dudes. There's a lot of Photoshop ones, and then a bunch of bearded dudes using it. None of this I can show on the screen. But okay, let's go to the Fleshlight website.
I was gonna say also on our Patreon.
Yep.
Wait, y'all have a
Shout
Patreon
out to the
for
two members.
Fleshlight? God damn.
Mm-hmm. It's a new thing we just started.
I started a Patreon. Funny, like when the show first started, and I got like 5 people, and then I never uploaded a single thing to the goddamn Patreon. And I was just stealing these people's money. I eventually had to remove them because I think they forgot. I felt so bad, dude. All right, let's see what we got here.
I used to have all sorts of cool stuff where if you did a certain thing, you got like a t-shirt of the month and all this stuff. We had some people rolling, and all of a sudden it was like, don't have the finances. It was like, COVID's over. All that money's over.
Yeah.
Well,
they're
I'm
done.
back to being poor again. So either way, shout out to all of them.
Well, that was back when I was working crazy hours. I bet I could find time to do extra shit. I just don't know what. All right. I'm going through just tons of, not seeing any dude stuff in here. Like any, sure, I figured at least they'd have like one mouth with a mustache on it.
Check your bookmarks.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. Control B.
All right. I typed in mouth. Let's see what happens here.
I mean.
Whoa. Fellas, let me make sure. No real nudity. Okay, here we go. I'll be honest with you. Didn't see the show going this way. I had like topics.
Yeah.
So we got a mouth here.
Oh, Jesus.
That's definitely a dude, right? Oh. But
I can't call it.
But female, but male. Nice. Let's go dark.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Male butt.
Yeah, it's a.
Is there a big difference? Go back to the female butt.
Yeah, the little. Their taint is smaller. That thing's so close together. They got to get shit in there every once in a while, right? Have to.
Science.
Guys aren't the only guys getting swamp ass.
No,
sure.
So it has to.
That's clam chowder down there.
Oh yeah, dude.
Have you guys seen the TikToks of the guy who makes the like the KFC fleshlights and the Thomas the Train one? He makes like unique fleshlights.
Pull it up,
bro.
I forget. It's the audio. It's like something about my personal collection. I forget. What
Jesus Christ!
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I am, but it's been a while since I've seen it, so I can't think of which one. I don't think I'd be able to pull it up right now.
I don't know how y'all can spend time on TikTok and not lose just hours at a time. I have to limit my TikTok usage.
You know what the success for me is? You have a show called Triple T. So then when you get sent 200 videos a week from people that they want to have it on the show, it really limits your time because you got to go through them, you got to watch them, and then you got to save them, then you got to upload them. And
when that first started happening, wasn't that the greatest thing ever? Whenever like people were doing the searching for you, I have all these DMs. All these DMs I get, all my stories and like a lot of the topics I talk about, people send me shit. Now it's easy, you know? It's like,
isn't it?
Dude,
Is your DMs on Instagram like wild?
Correct.
Or is it just me?
It's ridiculous, yeah. I send y'all
a lot of men.
I send y'all things that I think y'all will laugh at and y'all still don't laugh. So I'm like, okay, I'm on the fringe of society over here. God damn it. You know?
Well, I have a lot of very aggressive men in my that's trying to slide into
no,
the
nobody
DMs.
wants to fuck this. No.
Oh. Yeah, I get lots of like offers. Will you send me a beard? Can you send me a picture of this? Will you send me beard hair? Hey, are you married? Hey, you're still married. Like just every day. It's unbelievable. Thankfully now Instagram has done a good job where it's like in the far tab,
The
so I don't see them.
one or the request.
But
request.
See, the thing is, all guys have to do is type in beard, and then scroll down till they find something they like. You look like you have a nice, what do they call it here?
Man pussy.
Yeah, fleshlight boost, butt male. All right. No, nobody's looking up Burley. It hasn't hit the gay clubs yet. So
are you sure?
I'm hoping. I mean, one day I would like to be liked. You know, I was hit on one time in that store, the Buckle. Remember that store?
The Buckle.
Yeah, I was in high school when I was still fit. Fucking dude hit on me in there. I felt kind of good afterwards. You know.
That's a morale booster.
Couldn't get over the $150 pair of jeans over there. I was like, no, thank you. I will go to Old Navy.
Yeah. Well, I told you about this on the show was it the Sunday night watch show that was just me and you basically?
It was our date night.
Yeah, it was our date.
You can call it date night.
We shared soup. It was good soup.
You've been showing men's butthole fleshlights. I think you can call it a date.
No, but I went to school with a lot of kids that were a lot well off than me. Well, a lot more well off than me. So if I went to like Abercrombie's and shit, I was an Old Navy guy for sure. And my dad ran a thrift shop as well as being in the clergy. So I got a lot of secondhand things. Oh yeah,
there you go, McLear.
Huh?
I said, there you go, McLear.
Oh yeah, dude. That song came out. I was like, bitch, I've been living that life for a long time.
That'd be a good name for a store, Abercrombie and shit. That'd be your new thrift store because at this point it's going to cycle through. You're going to have a bunch of probably Abercrombie
and Thrift and Thrift. There we go. That's actually
better than shit.
Yeah. That might be the name of the episode. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yep.
That's just one of many that are coming, I'm sure.
Our ideas. We have a few of them every night.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all have a notepad just full of dumb shit? Then the next day when you get sober, you're like, huh. That's me almost every week. I just pick one.
It's like a cliff note of what you were talking about, and you're like, "What the fuck does this even mean?" I don't remember the whole context at all.
I don't know how many shows y'all have in the can or whatever, but like next week,
check out our Patreon.
Oh, whoa!
Oh, not that can. Sorry.
But next week, I'm gonna upload a show that happened 4 weeks ago. I don't remember what we talked about. So when I'm writing my little descriptions, I'm like, I'm going to talk about the person. That's it.
See, we don't have any. We usually will pre-record or we'll record on, say, now with the Thursday show, we record on Sundays and then it goes live on Thursday. And then the Tuesday is always live. So we don't have any in queue.
If I get an opportunity to interview somebody or have a podcast with someone, I don't like to call it an interview. It's a hang. But anyways, if I have an opportunity to talk with somebody, I'll jump on it. It's an hour and a half, fucking bang it out. Then I have another one in the can. Have you ever had any podcasts so bad y'all never uploaded them?
I have back in the day because I used to have an interview style show.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have two. Yeah.
There was a guy, really interesting guy, but he tried doing it live from like his favorite bar.
Oof.
And it was a shit show. I mean, there probably was actual shit.
Nice.
But it was audio wise was terrible. It was just unbelievable. Great guy. I've chatted with him a little bit since, but
I had this female comedian on. That's why I've only had very few. But I mean, she was a goddamn smoke show. Fucking hot as fuck. And she knew it, the whole time she's just doing her goddamn makeup. And I felt so fucking disrespected. I'm like, I'm never releasing this shit. Now, if she ever gets famous, I'm releasing that shit. Fucking, I had another chef guy on one night and he ended up on the Gordon Ramsay show. So the day it premiered, I dropped that podcast. But I was never going to release that one because I thought he was a piece of shit too. Fuck you, Gary. Chef Gary, suck my dick.
That's why you didn't win, Gary. Fuck you, Gary.
He has hundreds of thousands of followers. He doesn't even know I exist anymore. It's fine.
Is that guy, the TikTok guy with the beard?
Yeah, that he screams and yells. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on that. Yeah, that next level chef. So was Matt Grork.
Grork's cool. I don't have an issue with him, but Gary was look at this. This costs this much. Look at this. This costs that much. I'm like, didn't ask, bruh. I didn't ask. He was at the beginning of his success, and he was just wanted to tell me about everything that was free, that cost whatever. So don't be a cocksucker. I grew up poor. So
I mean, unless you want to, then it's 2023. You suck all of the cock.
Then you can get the Fleshlight Boost at fleshlight.com/products. That is the Fleshlight Boost at FLESHLIGHT.com.
I mean,
use code Burley Rage.
Yeah, use code Burley Fucks. That's the one you want. Yeah.
And isn't the goal to, end up like Sasha Grey? Apparently if you suck enough cocks, you too can have your name on several devices around several wieners across America.
How? Okay, well, I mean, I ran that promotion with Clone a Willy. Fucking. So yeah, you can do that. I got one for my buddy, and he didn't use it yet, and he's got a fucking monster hog. I'm like, dog, I'd be showing that shit off. I was like, dude, make me one. I'll put it behind me and pretend it's mine. Fucking
just made this one this morning.
Yeah, I'll hand them out. Fuck it, dude.
Tuck it under and then use that.
It really is a genius idea. That's just a niche thing, right?
I envy these motherfuckers who are just don't have to be growers. They're nonstop showers. I'm like, that must be fucking nice, But the only thing I got going for me, you're like, damn, I hope that's gonna grow. You're like, oh, substantial. Okay, hey, look at you, little fella. Now a big fella. Look at you.
I dropped this as a clip on another show, but I will. Okay, break this down. 2.75 inches from the bridge of in between your eyes to the end of your nose. Do you think that you got that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a big nose.
Do you think you got 2.75 inches from tip to bridge? So on average, if you have that, you have a 5-point-something inch soft hanger.
Right.
But I don't think they're averaging just white people. So I think it kind of skews the shit.
Okay. I was like, honestly, if they saw a picture of this, they'd be asking like, hey man, you want to work for Wayfair? Like
Burley's probably the only person that hasn't seen a picture of it at this point.
Oh, are you that guy too? You that guy too? I'm that guy.
I take one grotesque, flaccid dick pic once in my life, and then everyone at work sees it. Just typical.
Dog, I do that. Okay, if there's wait, hold on. What is this? I've never used this before. Only down 6 from. Okay, I've never used the private chat. All right.
Oh.
Now I don't know how to get back to the. Okay, here we go.
Oh, you just press comments. We were talking about big dicks before you jump into your story. Jason Ellis, you know him? And he's made a couple.
The Australian skateboarder. Okay,
yeah, skateboarder.
I was just at Skankfest with him 2 weeks ago, and he was the judge of the naked roast. Well, the judges come out naked too. The goddamn guy has a fucking It's
that's what I've heard.
It looks like there's a metal rod inside of it. It's fucking ridiculous, dude.
He was on a podcast I was listening the other day, and he gets searched at airport security all the time, and they're grabbing his dick thinking it's like a weapon or there's something in there. And he's just like, at this point, he's just like, let's get it done with. But he kind of, apparently when it's a female employee, he's kind of like, well, just letting you, like, they kind of get it where he's just like.
He came. So y'all have seen like the comedy roast before, right? Where people make fun of him, like that. So at Skankfest, they do a naked roast where all the judges and all the comedians come out naked. And they just talk mad shit, right? Jason Ellis was one of the judges. So he came out and I was just like, what the fuck? Why are you making everybody feel bad, dog? That's fucking horrible. Just like, it almost looked like it would be a nuisance. There's no skinny jeans available. Only baggy pants for this fella. Just like. But it was the funniest thing that the chick that stole the show for that naked roast, she's an up and coming comedian. Her name's Cynthia something. She's a Hispanic chick. But she's all of 450 pounds. And she came out butt naked. Right? And you know how most of the comedians come out like with their notes to be able to drop the bombs, She lifts her tit and pulls her notes from under her tit. The whole place falls the fuck apart. It was the funniest fucking thing ever, dude. It was hilarious.
That's nice.
It was
good.
it was hosted by Ari Shaffir. I don't know if you know who that is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He hosted it.
He must have been twisted.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so for instance, this guy came out. He's naked. After a while, the nakedness doesn't really. It's kind of like being at a strip club for more than an hour. You're like, okay, they're naked, whatever.
Right.
But this dude comes out with 2 prosthetic legs, right? And somebody makes a joke about him being short. The only reason he's tall is because of his prosthetic legs. This dude sits on the ground. Meanwhile, he comes out butt naked. He sits on the ground, pops off both his legs, stands up on his stumps, and starts walking around on his stumps. He's the same height as the other guy now. It's fucking crazy. And then he starts kicking his legs, doing I'm in the Lollipop Guild. I couldn't stop goddamn laughing, dude. Just somebody standing on their stumps is the funniest goddamn thing. I tried to explain that to my mom yesterday, and remember, she's in the clergy. She's like, what? Okay. You know, she's like trying to be accepting, you know, just like, why would you go to this, son? You know?
She's like, why is Cotton Hill doing stand-up?
Yeah. Y'all would have a blast at that, by the way. If y'all like fucked up comedy like I do, y'all would have a blast. Roseanne was there. Met her.
So the lady that you were talking about that was naked, she's the one that's now going to open up for Roseanne, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's how you watch Kill Tony.
Kill Tony.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah,
That's her.
She got to open for her or whatever, or is going to open for her.
Did you almost cry in that segment?
It was very touching. I was like, damn.
I watched it twice. I showed it to my wife even. She hates that kind of comedy. I showed it to my wife and she was like bawling. I was like, it's emotional.
That's why whenever you said it, Cynthia, and it was a big, I was like, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
That's her. Yeah.
Shane Gillis on there on Kill Tony 2 usually kills me every single time.
Did you watch the Ric Flair episode yet?
I don't believe so.
Bro?
Maybe I've seen some clips of it.
You need to watch the whole thing. You need to watch I saw that.
What is that?
Apparitions, dude. I've seen this before. Talk to Jimothy. He can get those out of your house.
You know, honestly, if he can't convince the ghost to help him with his fantasy team, I don't believe in any of that.
So how do y'all, okay, let's break that down. You know what? Let's break that down because this is interesting to me and the listeners listen to the Steve Winwood Fantasy Football League. How do y'all know these people? Because I met Matt and that was, well, I take that back. I brought in Tony. I knew Rob, but I talked to you, Matt, and then all of a sudden this whole world opened up to cool motherfuckers.
It was his idea. One time he was probably elevated, and not that we had 27 podcasts. He's like, how fun would it be? We had a podcast about fantasy football. So then we started talking. I'm like, fuck, why don't we have a bunch of podcasters doing a podcast about fantasy football? So obviously Yuban is part of the show. Brandon J. McDermott is part of the Beardlaws kind of crew. Rob and you explained, and then Tony. I knew Jimothy from just chatting and stuff like that. Tyson and Copper Johns. I know those guys work with those guys too as a side hustle. And I'm trying to think. Oh, and then Goot was part of another show that was on the Deluxe Edition network that I was chatting to some people, and they were like, "Hey, ask this guy." So I asked him. I think
I've never. Does Goot have a podcast?
I believe he's on the one that's called Barrel Aged Flicks.
Oh, I need to check that one out. I feel like a piece of shit when I don't listen to everybody's shows. I've peeped y'all's out a bunch of times. I've never listened to Logan and Tyson's. No, I take that back. The one where Logan like came out as bipolar or whatever, I did listen to that one. But I have no idea. I love
those guys. It's hard for me to, and I think it's probably the same thing with you guys. Like it's hard for me to tune into and appreciate a more serious podcast. You know, like that's what they do. They talk about dad stuff, dad life, mental health, stuff like that. They interviewed, there it is again. They interview, some psychologists and shit. So it's like, it's hard for me. Like they do a very good job at it. It's just not my style.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it just sucks because that was the first one I listened to. I need to go back and check out how they go, but I like to support, as many people as I can. I'm at the point now.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say you'd like Barrel Aged Flicks. They drink, they get drunk, and they listen and talk about movies and stuff.
I'm into that. I mean, it doesn't have to be about boozing. Most of the shows I listen to, like, okay, are y'all avid podcast listeners?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay. How many do you listen to? So I've had this. I got a weird question from a non-podcaster today. And he said, just curious, how important is it YouTube versus like audio listeners? What's the answer? Because I was like, dude, I honestly don't know. I'm just now getting into YouTube in probably the last 6 months. I don't know. Most of my listeners, I have a lot of listeners on Spotify or audio, like a mixture of all of them, right? But I did only audio for so fucking long because your boy's lazy. So now I'm trying to dive into this shit. So what is the more important one? Well, let's answer this question shout out to Buttes Barbecue. I think I said that correctly.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, he has his own. I think he's up your way in Missouri way.
Shit.
I think he's up your way. He has his own barbecue spot. I might be wrong. I might be a piece of shit. Sorry, Butte, if you're listening to this. And he will. But
I mean, he has a place somewhere, and you got to shout out.
did you find it? Oh no. Okay.
Nope. 7-7. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I watched it. It was. Do you want to hear it? They're probably not caring. Or
no,
whatever,
drop it, dude. Drop it.
It was 4th and 1. It was a play action. Dak did one of those like kind of play reads where he hands it to Pollard, and Pollard took it. Dak ripped it back out of his hands, ran it not only for the first down but for a touchdown.
How's it make you feel, dude?
He's still a piece of shit. Still a piece of shit.
Justin Hebert to Keenan Allen for the first touchdown for the Chargers made me happy. So
he's like, I could have used that last week on that bye, son of a bitch.
So I was totally wrong, dude. Dude's in Sherman, Texas. I'm crazy. Okay.
Close.
Pretty close. Okay. I'll answer your question. For me, podcast is audio only. Like that's how I correlate things. I think a podcast and what I try to listen to while I'm driving, while I'm listening at work and stuff like that, I go like audio only. Whether I love Spotify. Spotify is the main one that I listen to. I
assumed you were a work from home dude. I honestly did.
Nope.
Really? Okay.
I used to be. Yeah. In my old job I was, but nope, in the office. So when I'm in the office, I usually I'll have something in one ear, and it's audio only podcast. Even though some of them have both, I think it's more. I don't know. I enjoy. I was a kid that, obviously a poor kid as well, growing up listening to the radio to baseball games. Like that's what I did. Love sports, love baseball. So I'm an audio guy. Like if somebody can tell me a story, keep me entertained, and I can visualize it myself kind of in my brain or something. I know it's fucked up, but I'm more of that. And at the Beardlaws shows, we've actually shifted from that live show, you know what I mean? YouTube live show or at least, video show. We've kind of switched it to a format where it's more gauged for listeners for audio, but we still put them out video.
Okay. And yeah. Do you put them out video on Spotify as well?
Nope. I was doing that, but it just became kind of a pain in the ass because I'm editing the audio version better and not just, you know what I mean? Not the video to that. Like I'll put intros and different stuff and ads and different stuff in the audio. I don't put them in the video.
Okay.
And I started doing it, and I didn't. I don't. My platform that I use to put out my podcast, it's not Anchor or anything like that. It doesn't. It's not. So I can't do.
Okay. I switched over to Anchor for that very reason, because I had a few people that were like, they were watching it, and I was like, "Do you have Spotify?" And I was like, they said, "Yeah." I said, "I got you." It was a pain in the ass because I lost all my metrics. I was on Podbean for the longest time.
Yep.
The metrics on there are amazing, dude. Fucking Anchor, fix your shit. Like, I could tell every state people were listening in. It was fucking
I used
sick.
Anchor for a couple of months and I hated it. So I switched to a new one. I paid a year for it, and their monetization is really nice, this company. So I made up within the first couple of months what I paid for the entire year.
Okay. Oh yeah, but I understand what you're saying though, as far as fucking, you're putting an ad. I'm not dealing with ads, dude. All I have to do is make sure my words match up to the goddamn video, and the same video goes up on YouTube and fucking
Well, to be honest, a lot of the ads that I do aren't necessarily paid ones. They're ones that, because we're part of the Deluxe Edition network.
Okay.
So we throw in their other shows. Like there's a whole 26 different podcasts. So we'll throw in, ads of theirs to try to get more traffic to those guys as well.
Here's the fun part of running a show where you say the dumb shit that I say. I've been eligible for ads on Spotify since I fucking signed up, basically. Not one ad has ever fucking, they've never, suggested a single company. I listen to more fucked up shows than mine, and they have hella ads. I'm like, where the fuck are these people, dude?
They're probably not using, they're probably not using Anchor. You know what I mean? There's a lot of other ones that you can put it out and they will. The one that I use, you monetize and it'll put out 3 ads for you.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about that after the show, because I would sure like to pay for at least the cost of having a goddamn podcast.
And I guess I don't know if it's mytism or what it is, but I don't listen to a lot of podcasts.
That's crazy.
I listen to a few, but yeah, I don't listen to a lot of them. I'm big on the video aspect of it, to where the clips, I'll watch the highlight. They're like, hey, did you check out this podcast? I'm like, give me the highlight of it. That's what I like. But I don't know. I guess the one that I've been paying more attention to over the last year, not just because of the whole Taylor Swift thing recently, but New Heights podcast. I've really been a big fan of theirs since their inception. I really like.
I never even heard of it. Who is that?
It's Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce. There's the New Heights. Yeah,
I didn't know that. I knew they had a podcast. I didn't know the name of it. Okay.
Yeah, it's honestly, since they've done it, they've done a hell of a job. It's honestly, it's entertaining, and just their knowledge of football too. And I didn't know anything about Jason Kelce for the longest time until his podcast. I was like, this guy's actually, he's a smart dude. But just it's weird because him and Travis are completely two different people. One's very, very loud. One's just kind of stoic.
Is it all football talk though? Here's my problem. Is it all football talk?
I would say the majority of it is. Okay. They talk a little bit about their personal lives, I would say, as well sometimes.
That's where you lose me. Yeah, that's where you see. Here's the deal. I was explaining this. Y'all haven't heard Rob's and me podcast. It was the Jihad podcast. We thought we were at the start of World War III, so we were trying to get this one in. But
I watched it.
Did you? Okay. Fucking, I faked the funk hard, dude. I know the stars in football. But when we start getting into fantasy shit, I'm picking off of numbers. I'm one step away from being that white guy going, they all look the same. Just fucking, I'm fucking 2 drinks away from screaming that, right? So it's I try to fake the funk as best I can. That's why I don't have the great shit talking every matchup. I'm just like, all right, you look stupid. Fuck you. Just that kind of shit.
That explains the tactic of you having somebody pick your team now as well. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. There you go. You're like, hey, I'm going to have you pick my team.
Yeah.
Is that a good one? I don't even know. No, it's been a pretty fun league too. And then getting to know you guys, I didn't know the majority of you guys until the show. I knew of the Copper Johns team. I knew of Tyson just via chats and stuff like that. But I knew of Logan, but never really got to speak with him. And just great bunch of guys. Everybody in there, just the way that they talk shit differently to each other as well. Tony has been one of my favorites for a while.
Tony
I
fucking
feel so
rules.
bad for him, and him getting that win yesterday. He needed that after not winning a single game in fantasy. He needed his Browns to take down San Fran.
This is Damon right here. He's part of Tony's show. Yeah,
hell yeah.
If you've never listened to their show, it's pretty fun. It's a lot. It's like food and sports related, but it's really good. I think they just had fucking Jimothy on.
They did.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep, they did. It was a good one.
So, and so you're listening to music most of the time in your car? Or are you like one of those weirdos that wants to hear the sound of the road?
So I can just function and I can have music playing in the background and stuff, but mainly I'm terrible. I'm I'm answering work calls and stuff. I live out in the middle of nowhere, so where it's a 20 to 30 minute drive home. So if
that's all?
work,
that's all?
Yeah.
I live in a major metropolitan place, and it takes me an hour plus to get home. All right.
Well, I guess I should preface this by saying I live 30 miles away, so it takes me 30 minutes still because there's no traffic.
37 miles, sir, and with traffic, it takes me over an hour.
Oh, fuck.
Every podcast
Guess how long my drive is now.
You know what, dude?
Took a new job. Super excited. Like 8 minutes.
Yep, because he's traveling to the Fleshlight factory to mold his mouth for the Fleshlight Boost mouth. That's fleshlight.com, FLESHLIGHT, light, Fleshlight /products /Beardlaws. 20%
That's where you put the
off.
image right there.
I'll put it right there.
When you edit it? Yeah, put it.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I won't do that.
Busted beards. There we go.
I don't edit shit.
Fair enough.
Whatever happens, it just happens. I did get taken off Spotify for one podcast, but that was it.
Ooh.
You can't play paraplegic people doing ASMR porn when they're topless. It was one of the greatest moments on the show ever, and I got to figure out a way to put blurry things on it because that's a clip for the internet. That's a clip for the internet all time.
We'll send it to producer Jace. Producer Jace will get.
I'm in contact with producer Jace. I can't afford producer Jace right now.
Fair. We'll make that happen. But but if you only put it audio only, could have been the greatest moment on the show ever.
Oh no, the audio is still there. They took the video down. Track. YouTube didn't though, you fucking bitches. Spotify took the video down.
We love YouTube. Our channel has been, and we don't do like extreme, I would say, but our brand has battled Facebook, battled YouTube, and we just continually lose. I mean, so we've just gotten to the point where we're just not going to monetize on places like that because it's just not worth. To me, it's not worth the headache and the bullshit for the little bit of money that they pay out now.
This is, you're talking about, you guys are getting paid. Like, I'm that guy. Fucking, I'm doing it for the love of the game right now because I don't know how to do any of that other shit.
So are we.
Well, now I see there's big creators on TikTok within the last week now that have been talking about how they don't get paid at all through TikTok. And, some of them have 20 plus million followers and they see no monetization whatsoever. Some of them were showing that in the last 6 months, they've made $6. And I was like, holy shit.
You know why?
Because they're still in that creator program shit. And it's
and they're paying for 60-second plus is where you're making your money. That's how you got to be eligible for the shit. And a lot of the people you got to think when they first started TikTok, they were 5-second Viners. They were 10, 15. This isn't a knock. This isn't on anybody specific, but a lot of them, including myself, we got our following early. Not that I have a huge one by any means, but we're not putting in the time and the creativeness like some of these huge major brands that put out productions, high quality. They're funny motherfuckers. The talent is unbelievable now.
Right.
Hey, y'all keep this conversation going. I'm having internet issues. I'm gonna reset my shit. Y'all keep the conversation going. Talk in Spanish. Do that.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna do the network.
Me hablo Hugo, Venezuela, taco, Chile, no, not Brazil. Brazil's not Spanish. Fuck, I fucked it up.
Dos papas fritas. That's 2 French fries. I'm a big fan of the Señora de las Noches.
Me gusta mucho. Grande. I know this isn't a sport podcast, but Dak Prescott looks like a goddamn animal. He is just falling, like just throwing grown ass men off of him, and they got him. But I'm just throwing it out there, like he's playing well. But okay, so we're speaking Spanish. I can't tell if Burley's still there or if he's froze.
No, I think he's finally gone down.
I think he's froze.
It looks like the Friday cover. If I could just clip that of just like.
Do you think we could do? Let's see. So I gotta look this way.
Am I looking the right way? No, I'm looking the wrong way.
The other way. We did it. That's your screenshot. Everybody put that as your cell phone paper. So I mean, we were talking podcasts and all sorts of shit and sports. But what are we saying? You just take calls and shit. I was grabbing a beer when you were having that conversation. You're not much of an actual podcaster.
Yeah, I don't listen to a lot. Well, it's just because I'm usually trying to get the phone calls done, and half the people that I speak to cannot wrap up the conversation within an acceptable time to where
just like your pecker.
Exactly. So by the time I get home, it's done. So I'm wrapped up with the phone call. Or Or if I'm listening to music, the only time that I would say that I usually have time to listen to music or would listen to a podcast is shower or in the mornings whenever I'm getting ready. That's usually about the only times that I'm listening.
I'm going to make a recommendation for that Zach sent over to me. Being a comedy lover, there's one called The Middle of Somewhere podcast, and it's got Chad Daniels and Cy Amerson, or however the hell you say his last name. It's a pretty good. I don't know if you've heard of Burley or not. Two comedian podcasts.
What's it called? Middle of Somewhere. Who are the comedians?
Yep. Chad Daniels and Cy Amerson, or however you say it. Chad Daniels. They've been doing it for a long time, and he actually told a friend of ours, Zach, was like, you got to check out this podcast. And I'm a guy that goes all the way back and then listens. It's just two dudes.
I'm that guy as well. I'm that way.
So I went all the way back and I caught up within, it took a little while, but they're like 30, 40-minute episodes. And it's just two comedians that are friends in real life. And they just have conversations. They have they submit back and forth one or two topics of something that happened, but they've just lived a cool life. And it's so much easier to have a podcast when you have stories of real shit that's really happened to you. And from him raging out in an airport to, you know what I mean? Like this happened one time when, you know, they met up with these comedy buddies and, you know, got drunk and were doing these drugs. Like they just have cool stories. And I'm like, you motherfuckers, I got nothing. I live in a small town. I got drunk in a small town.
I want to put y'all up on a new one.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy is about to be fucking Blake Hammond. I don't know if y'all know him.
Mm-mm.
Dude out of Cincinnati. He's been on my podcast. He was also at Skankfest, and he became the talk of fucking Skankfest, like by all the big comedians, to the point where my YouTube started fucking getting all these search results because of him, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Blake Hammond?
Yeah, Blake Hammond. It's a Big Rad Machine, at Big Rad Machine on Instagram. But they have a podcast called Ran So Far with Blake. Him and his buddy Ran. Dude, it's fucking legit funny. It's legit funny. They're out of Cincinnati. They're coming on the show in 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. And yeah, it's fucking, they're about to blow up. I'm so glad I'm about to have a famous friend. So glad. Fucking so good. He's opening up for Mark Norman and shit now. Like he's on the road with him.
I love Mark Norman.
Dude, he's fucking
love Mark.
Comedy. He's the greatest, dude. He's fucking great. But he's like his opener now. All right.
Send me over his profile. Send me over his profile sometime in Instagram, and
I'll do it now because I will 100% forget because your boy's drinking. By the way, I am moderately keto right now.
Ooh.
I took the piss test right before this. And
there's a piss test for being keto?
Yeah, there's a little piss strips. You piss on this little thing, you wait 40 seconds and it tells you how many ketones are in your shit. So
your shit or your piss?
Your piss, sorry, piss.
Well, I didn't know if you shit on it, like you read it wrong and you were like, fuck it, I'm gonna. How long is this strip? Like, are you pissing all over your hand?
No, you put it in the tube and you put it up there like a gerbil, and you just kind of twiddle it around, kind of like that 2-knuckle thing I was telling you about, Yuban.
Oh, God.
I'm a 2-knuckle guy, Matt. When I wipe, I put the toilet paper and then I 2-knuckle it up in there. I have the cleanest. Okay. You could eat sushi off my butthole right now. It's the cleanest asshole on the planet.
Prove it.
I mean, I can't on YouTube, but
and
anytime you're feeling like Niguri, I got you, dog.
Why don't you use a bidet?
I have one, dog. That's tushy.com. TUSHY.com. 50% off with Burley. All right.
Is it really?
No, I wish. Goddamn.
Oh, fuck. I was like, holy shit. You're talking about not having sponsorships?
You have the longest link tree on the planet, by the way. I was trying to look up some shit on the traffic. I'm scrolling through Matt's shit and I was like, I'm tired of scrolling. Fucking goddamn.
Hey, I got a lot of friends at the show. We just got another one for the next one that Yuban got in the mail today. Pretty excited. So, and I have this hard time, like when people take some of their money as a business and they say, hey, we want to, sponsor you for a month or something. I'm going to continually sponsor them. Like I just have a hard time being like, hey, you sent me X amount of money for a month. Thank you. I'm not going to just stop pushing your shit. Like if you're a good company,
How many times does this happen where you reach out to somebody for a sponsorship and they're like, yeah, no, but we're going to send you this giant care package. That happens.
It
That
used to
happens to
happen
me.
a lot.
That happens to me almost every time. I can't get a real sponsor. They all just thanks, but no thanks. Turns out you can't talk about rape so much. So I can't change my fucking format, dude. This is what I like, and this is what the people like. So
yeah. Well, you have to get creative then with it. Find a brand that is okay with saying.
Dude, I've tried. I've tried
condom brands. Maybe
I've tried pocket pussies. I've tried Delta 8 companies. I've tried Kratom. All these fucking brands that to fucking promote degenerates like myself.
Have you tried bidets? Hit up Bro Day Bidet. They're good people. The Bro Day.
Like, YouTube has been telling me to clean my shit up for years. There's nothing better that cleans my shit up than the Bro Day.
Than the Bro Day. Yeah, dude. My butthole's never been squeakier. Except for that 2-knuckle situation. I'm telling you, try it one time even. Try it one time even. It'll change your life. Twice.
I mean, you can do anything once. You gotta try it twice.
I'm a big just baby wipe fan. If
you flush them though?
No.
Oh, okay. So you're a Mexican, just shoving that shit in the trash can. Now you gotta smell shit every time you walk in the bathroom.
So okay, I live out in the middle of nowhere to where I don't have fancy sewer systems.
You have a septic. I grew up on a septic. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I have one as well.
So, you can't put those bad boys in a septic because that shit gets pricey.
Ever had to dig up a septic tank?
Just last year. So yeah.
You did it yourself? You did it yourself?
Oh, I had to hire the local
okay.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Me and my dad dug one up in our house, and it was bad. It was bad.
Did you guys do like the Witchit thing with the two? I swear to God, this is a real thing.
No, you're talking about the post hole digger. Yeah, we started with that, but then we went to shovels.
No, this is if you get two coat hangers, the wire ones, and there's another fucking ghost again.
You're talking about?
Oh, you talking about the divining rod?
So you get two of them and you hold them in like a little L shape, but
it's not for finding your septic tank.
It's for finding your lines that leads to the septic tank. You can find water lines that way. Look it up.
It's pretty fucking easy. Once you find where that is, it's going to be the best place where the grass grows, and then you have a leach field, and it can only be so many runs.
He said leach field. Goddamn Northerners got all the worst shit. I
have a field as well. So.
Let's see.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, it's a real fucking thing. You guys think
it's not.
But I've never told a lie.
That's some woo-woo bullshit.
I know what you're talking about, but I didn't know it was for water.
It is, motherfuckers. I swear you guys think that half the things I say don't make any sense. I'm out here educating motherfuckers every goddamn day of the week.
So what is dowsing? Okay, so a divining rod is something used for dowsing. Okay. Dowsing is a type of divination employed by attempts to locate groundwater buried in metals or ores, gemstones, oil, claimed radiations, gravistites, malign earth vibrations.
Was that German? Did you speak German to us?
Heil gravistites. The Y-shaped twig or rod, or two L-shaped ones, individually called a dowsing rod or divining rod, which is Latin virgula divina or baculosus. We need a choir to do that. Virgula divina baculus divinatorus. The divining rod, a witching rod. Oh, see, you're into the devil, dude. I can't be friends with you, Yuban.
Do you not see all the spirits flying around him like fucking Ghostbusters when they accidentally release this fucking...
Okay, this is like from the 1500s, dude. When's it used in modern times?
Literally this year.
Did you see that one?
Peep game. Modern dowsing. 1550 edition of the Cosmatographia contains a woodcut of a dowser. The modern one is from 1550.
I feel like you're putting a spell on us or something.
It works. I'm telling you. Like I watched this one guy do it one time because he's like, "Do you know where your water lines are at?" He's like, "We had just moved it to this old house. So like, do you know where your septic's at?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Oh yeah, just." And he got these hangers out and everything. And I was like, "This guy getting ready to cook some meth right here before he goes to work. What the fuck is going on here?" And he's just like, "All right, holding them together."
This is George Casely using a hazel twig to search for water on his land in 1942.
Hell yeah, George.
I used to do it that way too. But I swear to God, now so now the bottom one, the rods, you just get the hangers like in an L shape and you hold them. And then you just go in a straight line and they'll fucking open up whenever there's a line. I swear to God, it's the weirdest. Because I was like, this is bullshit. They're just moving these fucking things. Until I tried it and I go, I think there's a line right here. The septic guys came by, they put a little camera in there, ran like the diagnostics of where it was at or whatever. And they go, yeah, water line's right here. And I go, oh, it worked, dude. I swear. It's crazy.
Can we just read this together?
This is the first time that you've talked about hangers and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, and there's no like babies involved. There's no babies involved.
You're really evolving, Yuban, as a podcaster. I just want you to know this. And I'm proud of you.
Growing mentally and physically.
You're going through changes.
I think they call it puberty. Britney Spears once told me that I wasn't a girl, but not yet a woman.
If you want to see something, speaking of hangers, this was on my list of things to talk about. Perfect segue, Matt.
David
Segue
Carradine.
alert.
Oh.
Read that one out loud, Yuban.
Yeah. A plumber made a morbid discovery after finding a fetus in a pipe at a Texas apartment complex.
Wow. That's I was like, Western Florida? Houston has Western Florida.
It might actually be. What is WFLA? I don't know.
It's got to be the station. WFLA, home of the baby pipe.
It's got to be East Coast because, fun fact, I don't know if you know about radio stations. So anything on your side of the Mississippi is a W. So WNBC, like fucking Howard Stern used to be on. Anything on this side of the fucking Mississippi, it starts with a K.
What? Look at you, educational show.
Did you know that, Yuban?
I did not know that.
Suck my dick, faggots. Hell yeah.
Hey, out here just spreading knowledge as well. Goddamn.
Present that dick.
The History Channel is going to come out here just wanting to sponsor the fuck out of this show.
Yeah, dude. Just fucking, who's that old man that does all the BBC things? With the animals? What's his name?
David Attenborough.
Yeah, David Attenborough. If you want to be a sponsor of this clean cut fucking show, dude, we're at 8 o'clock. Okay. It's time to get to business here. I ask all my guests the Rage and Pillage questions. Okay? Rage meaning party, pillage meaning stealing. I'm going to start with Rage. We're going to start with Yuban up here. What's your favorite party story that can't get you in trouble? Actually, you know what? Fuck that. Hit your plugs first. Then we'll hit the stories. Yuban, hit me with your plugs. Beardlaws, Mr. Brother Matt, Bearded Matt. Matt of the Beard, hit me with your plugs after that.
Show me your butt plug.
I would say, do you want to see my butt plug? It's one of those ones that light up.
Do you really have one? Because I actually have one.
No, I don't.
There's no shame in my game. I have a prostate massager. If you've never done it, don't hate.
No, I would never kink shame. We just recently got done discussing on our previous show of this guy who openly was talking about eating butthole or having his butthole ate. And I was just like, oh.
Wait, y'all never had that done?
So, no. But,
bro, game changer. Game changer. You feel weird because you feel like you're having your diaper changed. Your legs are up. It's a fucking whole thing.
So it is the legs up. We were wondering that too.
Oh yeah, but being on all fours would be extra weird.
Okay, hold on. So now we're really gonna dive into this. So, would you keep the lights on?
I don't give a fuck. I'm staring at the ceiling or the pillow either way.
All right. Well, he couldn't get off because the lights were on. So, and then he ghosted the poor girl for now it's been a week. And I was like, you're gonna let that poor girl eat your ass and then not even give her the decency.
Here's the real test is date number 2, whoever this person is you were talking about. Date number 2, and you shower your shit up really nice, and she doesn't do it the second time. You're like, oh, it was bad. You know?
See, that's what I asked him. I said, you know what I mean? Like, he probably showered it up, made it like good, so she went right. You know what I mean? Like, there's a whole thing. Like, there's an asshole eating radar apparently. Like, people know when, and they kind of count on potentially having it done.
I think I look out with my blonde hair. If I had dark hair like you guys, and that's gonna cause some. It's not gonna look as pretty down there. Like, if y'all ever shaved y'all's buttholes, we talked about this last week. You ever shaved your butthole?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I have totally tried to shave the gooch area and everything.
No, I'm talking about the whole way up.
No, I know what I'm saying. I've gone from the bottom of the balls. I migrated to the gooch all the way to the hole, and it was not pleasant to.
Well, it changes the sound of your farts, doesn't it?
I don't recall.
It does. It does.
Well, listen, you're not in court. You can say yes.
And sweat's a whole thing. It sweat's a whole different thing.
It was so long ago because my issue was just, it was before the baby wipes and, bidets and everything else, was the wiping through the rainforest and just pulling just hairs.
Oh, you got dingleberries. Okay.
So, yeah, you know what I mean? So it's just like.
I don't have a crazy hairy asshole. I have hair down there, but it's not it sounds like you have a whole werewolf in London situation.
It could be worse. I've seen worse.
What?
So mine is
Wait, where have you seen worse?
Hairy buttholes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen
hairybutthole.com.
Well, just hairy ass cheeks in general. I'm assuming by how limitedly or how non-hairy my actual cheeks are, I'm going to go and say that my butthole, while I think it's hairy, it's probably not as hairy as most.
Mine, I've never had a dingleberry like you're talking about.
Man, I got some hairs down there getting up like 6 inches long. I'm like, God damn.
But you should be wiping while it's still moist, to where it's pliable.
Moist, I'm talking about.
Are you shitting tree trunks?
I work at a hotel. Do you know the cheap hotel toilet paper that we use around here?
No, I understand. I stayed in one for 6 days. It wasn't a nice hotel.
It is.
You got to wrap, and you're like, fuck it, it's not my plumbing. Fuck it.
Give me that. Oh, and I guess I have changed my game since back then. So, do you sit or stand to wipe?
I do both. So
I'll either lean or stand.
But see,
I just dry.
This is hilarious. Like, we just had this conversation last week, and I don't mind repeating myself. It's my goddamn show. Fuck the faggots. But I'm a between the legs wiper. Okay.
Oh.
I'm a between the legs wiper now. But wait. You wipe till you can't get any more, but there might be some on the other side, right? But you don't want to get as a big, okay, you know what? Let's do this twice. When you sit down, how do you sit down to shit? Do you have like how you sit down?
I sit down, I use a squatty potty.
Okay. But when you sit on the seat,
how do you sit down?
When you sit on the seat, there's not like a traditional thing that you do?
Oh, I'm totally spreading at least one cheek.
Okay. So you sit sort of to the right or the left, and then you spread the other one and you put it on the other seat, and then now you have nothing pressing the panini.
Correct. Yes. You're making for a clean getaway, if you will.
Correct. All right. Now, while you have your shit spread, you can wipe. I'm between the legs. Wipe.
Do you wipe to the balls?
To the taint. It shouldn't be past the taint.
That's criminal. That's good. Who hurt you?
But I mean, what if it slips?
My
you got a little slippery shit, and then it slips a little, and then you have shit all over your balls. Then you got to shower.
Yeah. What if you speed bag?
Or do you just rock shitty balls throughout the day?
I think y'all are overestimating the size of my balls.
I've got some pretty girthy balls here.
Oh, see, I don't. They're tight. They're high and tight. Yeah.
That's why it makes my dick look even smaller.
But my high and tight balls are because of this little prescription right here called testosterone. All right.
Oh, kudos for you for transitioning. I didn't realize.
Yeah, dude. Listen, dude. Burleyana is going to be hot. Right?
But I know I went from, because everyone's like, dude, you stand? I'm like, yeah. I was like, that's just.
No, but I stand after.
So I just stood from the beginning. I never attempted to wipe. I would stand.
You press the panini.
Cheek.
You press the grilled cheese, dude.
I would try to get up while still holding like a cheek necessarily, I guess. But
you're a human George Foreman grill.
Yeah, it was not good. And then I've learned the errors of my ways and just a simple hike. And So what I'm saying is I learned to wipe my ass at the age of 30. And then,
I do both though. Like I do the wipe and then I make sure to like all the way up to like that little top part that gathers the sweat. I have a wipe all the way up to that. Make sure that's all clean to go. I'm telling you, I want to be ready for an ass eating at a moment's notice. Fucking.
You can never be too prepared.
Exactly, dude.
Do you have like a travel douche with you? I know that was brought up on our show. Is that?
Listen.
Travel bidet. I mean, you could
I don't. Well, no, not douche. Vinegar bothers me a little bit. Have you ever enemaed yourself?
No.
Okay. Y'all need to party a little harder. All right.
Oh my god.
Hang out with Burley and fucking have some fun.
So I have a buddy, good friend of mine. His cousin, without saying any names, is a guy
his
travels
name's Russell.
a lot. Close. Travels a lot, sits down a lot for work or whatever, gets a lot of hemorrhoids.
Ooh.
And is able to get to Walmart or said store, whatever store, and get the Preparation H where you have to right up your ass. He could actually get it, open it while he's walking, hit himself, inject it while he's in the aisle. So by the time he gets to the checkout, it's open. He pays for it. And then he's just like, can you just throw that away? We're good here.
I've never had a hemorrhoid. What's that feel like?
Me neither. He says it is fucking terrible. He said it's like sitting on a golf ball.
Yeah.
Like having a golf ball in your asshole and just like sitting on it and you're like,
like a painful golf ball or like a nice golf ball? I'm just asking.
There's not a.
I'm asking for
every
a friend.
golf ball is painful. I would imagine. You ever been hit with a golf ball?
I mean, have you ever had a golf ball? I don't know, dude. I don't know what you're asking here.
Now you don't know.
I don't know how to. I mean, it was so I had one time in my life, and it was right. Like I throw darts, so I was going to a league night one time. So I was. I'm painting a picture. I'm Van Goghing this bitch right now.
I got a hemorrhoid. I throw darts, so that's a thing.
They go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. So I'm sitting there like I'm getting ready to go, and I'm taking my victory shit, my pre-victory shit, and I'm wiping, and I do as most do, and I look to make sure that I'm finished, and there is just blood, and I go, the fuck. So what is this? And I'm like, that kind of hurt a little bit too. And I was like, what the fuck happened to my asshole? And I was like, I haven't took a thick shit since fucking Nom. Okay. It's been fucking butterscotch fucking and just soupy shits since inception. And so I'm like, I know I didn't take, I was like, I know I didn't rip anything. There's no way, there's nothing that could have ripped it, And every time I'm wipe, I mean, just pain and just, a substantial amount of blood, and I'm going, the fuck? And so, I remember going to, I throw with my brother-in-law, and I was like, hey, man, because I'm walking back to the board, I'm grabbing him, wincing a little bit. He goes, you good? I'm like, yeah, my asshole hurts. And he goes, I knew it. I fucking knew it. He's like, fucking cover up with the wedding and shit like that. I was like, shut up. Shut up. And he goes, well, what is it? I was like, man, I wiped, I got some blood. And he just smiled. He goes, hemorrhoid. And I was like, is that what this fucking shit is? I was afraid to tell anybody. I was like, this shit is just, and he's like, oh yeah. He goes, does it feel like, something's getting ready to almost come out of it? Not necessarily like a hernia, but he's like, it feels like kind of like like a golf ball. But I would say it felt like, I don't know. It's like a exterior bruise that you can feel it. Like whenever I was wiping, you can feel the bump. And I'm sitting there going, the fuck? The fuck is this? It was weird. It was like having a third testicle put on your asshole.
Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm so glad I've never, and you would think with my lifestyle I would have that, but no, I've been lucky. Maybe
you should party harder.
No, maybe shoving all that shit up there fucking cleans it all out.
I mean, if you enema your ass every once in a while, I would have to imagine.
Dude, I'd use the prostate massage. I use all that. There's no shame in my game, bro. The good Lord put that G spot up there for us, and y'all ain't using it. Y'all are fucking up, not me.
I know how I get very addicted to things when I first try it, and I just know that's a dangerous dangerous territory to where I'm going to migrate to where it's just a simple butt plug to where I'm getting the Fistomatic 5000 and just going to town.
There's I'll throw this out there. I don't give a fuck. There's an option for dudes to have one of those orgasms where you don't come. And then you're just you're still horny and you're ready to really orgasm, and it's even crazier. That's a thing.
You're talking about, hold on, I knew it.
The multiple orgasms are a thing for dudes, but you just got to play with that sucker up there.
You know what? I'm willing to bust and just take a little bit of a nap.
No, dude, you're missing out on life. You're going to be on your deathbed and you're going to remember this conversation and go, hey, nurse, can you do me a favor?
That's exactly what's going to go through my head is whenever I'm close to deathbed. I'm like, I really regret not shoving things up my ass. Hey, nurse, you want to give it one old college try before I go?
You say it like in such a crass way, but it's. I give it thumbs up. Did y'all give y'all's plugs? Intended. Did y'all give y'all's plugs?
Again, we're going with his ass play.
We said plugs and it went right.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. We're pieces. We are pieces of shit. All right.
But no, so I mean, I'm on TikTok. It's still Whakinov. I'm on the Beardlaws shows, of course. You know, if you just look at Beardlaws, I'm practically on, I think, about 80% of those bad boys. So, then we have the Steve Winwood Fantasy Football League, and catch us all three on that one, obviously. And then I have YubanWhakinov.com, which within the next week is going to have some merchandise on there. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, that's it for me.
Hell yeah. Beardlaws. Give us your plugs. Hopefully not the entire list.
Yeah, I was going to say Guinness hit me up. I have the longest link tree ever. So there's that. But yeah, Beardlaw Show, Triple T.
Oh, see, see, this is how I know I'm drunk. He said Guinness. I'm like, fucking the beer company hit him up. God damn it. This guy's ruling life.
if Guinness was a sponsor, we'd be doing all right. Sprite would be next. Yeah, Yorktown Podcast, History Podcast, me and the wife do. And Zach writes some stories when he stops having kids.
That's your old lady.
Yeah.
No Yorktown, shit. Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it started with me and our buddy Zach. And then he just got busy with life, had another baby and all that stuff. So I just made her fill in, and it's actually doing really well. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yorktown's a dope show. I enjoy that one. I listen to it as a listener, like not as like I'm just trying to be your bud. It's enjoyable. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, thank you.
Man, it's a very good voice.
She does, but she won't do the camera version.
You do too. Oh, she does as well. And I have to give her credit because she also plays on our fantasy football league on a different one. And it's like the survival league. And if it wasn't for her participating, I would have been sent home last week. But since she had just a slightly lower score than I did, appreciate you, girl. Thank you so much.
Hey, does your old lady take fantasy football crazy serious?
No, she doesn't know any players.
No. That's the point I'm making. Does she go hard with her fucking research and shit because she doesn't know? Okay, my old lady, she's been in my fantasy football league the last 4 years. And she has spreadsheets and Excel shit. And fucking like she goes hard. And she always does better than me. And she doesn't watch any football. She goes off stats.
Key.
It's fucking crazy. The key. It's fucking crazy.
She has no gut instinct with that stuff whatsoever. She has no feelings towards that player because she doesn't watch them. So and that's what it is. We have, my boss's wife does the same thing in this company league that we used to do. She won it 5 years in a row. I quit playing. I was like, nope, I cannot subject myself to this any longer.
This is why I beat her. Anyways, keep going with your plugs.
I think I got them out there.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Beardlaws everywhere, Triple T, whatever. Just listen to it. Don't watch us on YouTube. Fuck YouTube.
Nah, dude. Watch the YouTube.
Watch Burley's YouTube.
Please watch my YouTube.
Yeah, watch his YouTube. That's all we care about. And the Steve Winwood Fantasy Football League. Shout out. I think we have 12 subscribers now.
Let's go.
I think we gained one.
Well, I know somebody that Builds. I'm so sorry, bro. He's been a listener since day one, and I can't pronounce his name, but
it's okay.
He started watching the fucking thing, and he was like, he hit me up, I guess 2 days ago, and he messaged me, and I saw it today, and he said that fucking Jesus thing was the shit. So
it was so good, so good.
All right, dude. We chewed up a lot of goddamn time with ass play. Rage Pillage questions. Rage meaning party. Pillage meaning stealing. What's your favorite party story, Yuban, that can't get you in trouble today?
So I got a few. I guess I'll go with a somewhat mild one that I can remember back.
Why? Go hard, bitch. Go hard, bitch.
Okay, so I can think of another one that's kind of similar, but so there's a lady that I used to work with, gigantic bitch, and I had to share an office with her. Literally, I know I saw it again. Damn it, she's probably dead and fucking haunting me. Wouldn't surprise me. That's a stupid bitch. But like, I was the only one that was kind of like, hey, you know what? Give her a fair shot. You know, she's under a lot of stress. You know, let's just get through this time frame. And they're like, ugh, this is coming from you. And I was like, yeah. I was like, you know, just trying that whole new turning a leaf thing. You know, trying to be nice. And then she pissed me off one day. So I'm like, you know what? This bitch sucks. I'm totally done with her. We're all in this office. she just ordered this frozen mojito drink thing. And it's just, oh no, it wasn't a mojito. It was a some kind of coconut thing. I don't know what it was, but it was a frozen drink. She was like, oh, this is delicious. She set it down. She's like, I got to go run to the gas station real quick. And I see all my guys, I was like, hey, I'm putting my balls in her fucking drink. And they're like, no, you're not. And I'm like, 100% I'm teabagging the fuck out of her drink. So I go in this like storage closet in my office, put my balls into it. I mean, deep 3 times. It's like a non-alcoholic pina colada drink, but whatever. But so
she deserved that.
It's like a slushy. It's dripping. My balls are shriveling from how deep they were. They were in there. I'm like, oh shit. Next time we see is her car pull up again. I'm like, oh shit, forgot something. I'm like, oh shit. So I put the lid back on it real quick and everything. I swear to God, I thought I saw a hair in there. I was like, oh, fuck. She's sitting there. She puts her, straw in there and everything. And she's sitting there just staring around. She's like, so what's your guys' plans today? We're like, And so she's asking people questions, stuff. And she looks at me and she's like, hey, and I was like, I'll be right back. I cannot. Cause I'm like, I'm going to keep giggling. She slurped that whole entire drink down. I mean, there wasn't a sip left. Bitch fucking deserved it. So I can't get in trouble. I still work for the same company, but we all fucking hated her to where even the owners now know that story. And they're like, bitch deserved it. I'm like,
that's fucking great.
Let's go.
Did y'all ever
so balls and dick?
Did y'all ever have to go to summer camp?
No.
Okay. Well, apparently y'all don't love the Lord. Apparently when you're in a real hardcore, when you're in a real Christian household, you have to go to church camp every summer. That's how our parents got to fuck when you weren't around. But I had to go to one, and my camp counselor who ran the dorm was a real piece of shit. So while he was off doing whatever, I pissed in his Listerine. Hey, that's what that story reminded me of. I think this might be the first time I've mentioned this out loud since that happened. Yeah, pissed in his Listerine.
Breaking news.
And the best part of a practical joke is not being there when it happens and nobody knows. You just know that he used that goddamn Listerine.
A quick one too. There was this kid, you mentioned the piss and Listerine. There was this one kid who he lit his dog on fire in my town. Like he didn't want to raise it anymore, so he tied it to a tree, poured gasoline on it, lit it on fire. It survived, so they had to put it down. The poor thing. Kids sucked, right? So he would always try to come over to our house. We're like, dude, get the fuck away from us. My mom used to work at a nursing home.
Hold on. You're just say the first part again.
He lit his dog on fire.
Jesus Christ.
He got tired of feeding it, so he tied it to a tree, poured gasoline on it, lit it on fire, and proceeded to watch it run in circles. So his name was Chris, and his last name started with a B. So we always call him Crispy, just like his dog. And
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, his last name was Barry, actually, so we called him Dingleberry as well. So,
you could do if you just said a cat, I'd have been fine with it.
Right. So, but he used to come over, and my mom used to work at this laundry facility, and we had this red chemical that would just pretty much get rid of any fucking stain imaginable. And so one day he came over, and we're like, "Hey man, this is some Kool-Aid. You want to take a sip?" And he took a big old sip, and he had this mole right here. He took a sip of it. It burned that mole off when he spit it out.
What was it?
So I don't know. It was some sort of still to this day, I don't remember the exact. It was some sort of heavy formula for getting geriatric shit out of sheets. So
it probably would have destroyed his throat and stomach.
Yeah. So, mole. Almost killed the neighbor kid, but it's kind of hey,
This was a friend of yours.
Not a friend, a neighbor. A fellow classmate. But yeah, so when I was 11.
How many times do you hang out with said neighbor?
Since graduating school, not once, but during then, maybe once or twice a summer.
Okay.
If we had the backyard football game or something like that.
I don't fuck with, I hate when people fuck with animals. You could fuck up a cat. Fuck cats. I don't give a fuck.
Damn.
Cats are gay as fuck, dude. Cats are gayer than ISIS. I don't give a shit.
First of all, my cat's name is Stephen Purry. You watch yourself.
Yeah, fucking cats suck, dude.
Dude's a stud.
The cats have only done anything. I got my daughter a cat whenever she was in the hospital and shit. And fucking that cat ruined my leather couch. We don't have that cat anymore. You don't spend that much money on a leather couch for a free cat. Go fuck yourself. Right? Now I have this weird gay ass patch in a certain spot. Now it's a cover with a throw blanket. Matt, what's your favorite party story that can't get you in trouble? I know you partied hard. I know you did.
Yeah. My favorite ever, and I can't do this justice, and this is something that I actually want to put into like an episode or potential like movie. It was a pretty wild night. I'm going to see if I can just do it very quickly. So there was like 20 of us. We live on a border town, so we can go to Canada. Drinking age is 18 in Quebec. So we could drive under 2 hours and get to Quebec or Montreal and just go party as 18-year-olds legally.
I just realized that like northern border towns means, there's just white people over there. Down here, border town means something totally different.
Different. Yes. Canada. Maple syrup.
Yeah.
Hockey players.
Just nicer people. There's just nicer people over there.
Yes. I mean, I've never been to that border, so I don't know those people, but I'll take your word for it.
Well, the border towns are the worst. You go into like real Mexico, it's fucking awesome. If you ever get a chance to go into like real Mexico, go 50 miles past the border and you will have a goddamn blast. You'll have a fucking blast. You ever get a chance. Yeah.
Same kind of with Canada, except for you go over there, it's
what
all
happened? Hold on. What happened, Yuban? Score check.
Fourth and 1 in the red zone, and we do a QB sneak, and Dak didn't get the first down.
All right. We're wrapping up. We're gonna finish this.
Oh no! He's a fucking bum.
Once this episode's over, I'm putting the game up on the screen. We'll fucking watch it together. Fuck it. All right. You're up near the border, Beardlaws.
We're at the border. 20 of us try to go over to the border. Only 4 of us make it because you can't go over if you have a DWI, a felony, you get in trouble, anything. 4 of us make it. So the 4 of us, all guys that I graduated with, we said, hey, we're going up to Montreal. We want to see, as we called it, code word, shoe models, strippers. So we would go to a place. We loved Club Super Sex, which is right on St. Catherine Street. Great street. Tons of theirs. You can go to the really nice strip clubs like Club Super Sex, or you go to the really, really interesting ones where before you open the door, you smell that smell. But you get free Corona.
Club Super Sex seems like a shit ass name for a club. Like I would have thought that would have been the shitty club.
No, that was the better of the ones. Yeah, you get a bucket of beer, $5. You get private, whatever. So we're sitting there, and one of my buddies, all of a sudden we're sitting there and just kind of chilling by the stage. He goes running by as fast as he could. And this is on the 3rd level. So he had to go up a bunch of stairs. We're just playing it cool. They're like, hey, you guys brought that boy. No, we've never seen him, sir. But you're those Americans. I'm like, there's probably more than one American.
Gotta be.
I was like, so we just get up and we fucking randomly leave. We see him like hiding in an alley. We're like, what the fuck happened? So usually you've had to pay $10 a song for a lap dance. He goes, I don't know. I thought she loved me. And all of a sudden she couldn't speak any English. She just kept yelling, 8 times 10, $80. You owe me 80.
Oh, you're in the French part. Okay.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, Montreal. Very, very French. They don't like us. So he went running out because he didn't have $80 on him. So we fucking bailed. He just bailed, panicked, ran. Fucking big. So we're sitting there. We're like, man, there's a fucking lot of people downtown. So we just kind of start migrating that way. Warped Tour was going on 2003. We hopped a fence, started watching some music and shit like that. But we get back after real partying, missing a lot of details. We're walking in the streets. There's fucking hookers everywhere. We were so polluted. We wanted a hotel room. The only room that we could try to get because Warped Tour was this rent by the hour room. And we're like, can we get it?
Shit.
And they're like, no, dude, you can't have the room for more than 4 hours. We're like, 4 dudes trying to go up into this room. And they're like, Wait, what? He's like, no. We don't want that shit here. No, you can't.
Yeah,
like,
they thought y'all were going to paint the goddamn walls.
Yeah. And he's like, no, you can't stay there. So we're like, fuck. So all of a sudden my buddy's like, I think I can make it home. And we're like, cool. As long as somebody stays awake, we'll do shifts because it's 2 hours to the border. We're home and we got to get to the border and stuff.
Truthfully, Matt, how much drugs?
Little bit, not a lot.
Powder?
Yeah, a little bit.
Y'all are wide awake. Okay.
Yeah, we're wide awake.
Powder's my favorite thing in the world. Okay, all right.
Really drunk though too. Real drunk.
Yeah, but the powder evens it out. Yeah.
So we thought, so we're next thing you know, me and my buddy, we get in there, we finally find a vehicle, we get in there, fucking pass out. Remember, there's no cell phones or shit, right? So we pass out, me and my other buddy. We wake up. I'm the first one awake, and I'm fucking looking out my window, and there is fucking people surrounding us. We're at like some weird hotel. They're all looking at us out through their windows, and we're like, what the fuck? I'm like, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. So we get up, and my buddy wakes up, and it's a Honda Civic, like Fast and the Furious. He was one of those guys. We fucking hightail out of there. We have no idea where we are. So we're driving, and all of a sudden it says to US. So we didn't even fucking make it out of Canada.
Oh no.
So we were like, oh fuck it. So we get to the border, and the guy's like, what the fuck is it going? Like, he just asked us all the questions, this and that. And we're like, what is he talking about? He's like, what did you guys get into last night? And we're like, nah. So we get it finally across. We pull into a Stewart's. We get out of the vehicle, and we're like smelling like shit. We just assume it was just shit. You know what I mean? Like, the entire fucking vehicle is covered in mud and whatever else. And our buddy is covered in fucking human shit. Apparently, at some point, he was drunk, fell in an alley, and pissed off some homeless people. Then the homeless people were throwing their shit at him. But the car is just fucking covered and just, we're like, what the? Apparently, the driver
But
fell
you
asleep.
go to the zoo? I've never seen homeless people throw shit.
Apparently, it happened. And then on the way home, the buddy passed out. We went off the entire fucking road while all of us were sleeping. And he came back too. Like, we should have died. He came back too and just said, fuck it, I'm going to park there. And like I said, that was the quick version, but it was fucking wild.
That sounds like an entire episode of you just going on the Patreon at the Beardlaws Patreon, whatever the fuck it's called. What's it called?
But I got to get the other guys there to tell their part too, because it's...
Oh, they're going to be like, fuck you, dude. I don't want to be the guy that's covered in shit. Hey, we ran out of time, guys. We can't do the pillage questions. I know we're keeping it to an hour and a half. Yuban is looking at the screen like, God damn, this fucking game is going. This is on y'all. If y'all want to do them, y'all do it. If y'all don't,
I mean, mine's pretty quick. If you want to go ahead, I don't want to.
Well, everybody's stolen something, whether it's chapstick from their mom's purse or they robbed a goddamn bank. What's your pillage story?
So whenever I was a kid, when we left school, I lived in Las Vegas, so my mom worked at a casino, so we'd have to walk about. They're one of those fucking dust bunnies. We used to have to walk.
I like the apparitions, dude. I like it.
Yeah,
I've had a whole paranormal podcast with a friend that she was just like halfway through. We're talking about like normal shit, and then she busts out with like, "I have ghosts in my house." I was like, "Huh?" It turned into a 3-hour podcast. It was wild. Yeah.
So I would walk to this place that was right next to the casino. It was called a Peter Piper Pizza. It was essentially like
a we know about those. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like a Chuck E. Cheese type of thing. And so my mom would give me $1 every day. We'd go over there. Well, so we started going through in between the casino and the Peter Piper Pizza was this little like Walgreens. I don't know. It wasn't a Walgreens, but it was very similar. And so we have our backpacks in there, and they'd have a whole bunch of those gel pens back when those were like really popular.
Yeah. Only the hot chicks had those.
And we started, and so that's what we were bribing them to the girls in class, and stuff. So we would see, we had every single one. We had the ones with glitter in it, the sparkle ones, the scented ones, whatever you wanted. If we had a trench coat, this motherfucker would look like Reading Rainbow over there. Just so many different colors. So, but it migrated to, once we got that into our system, we're like, oh shit, Funyuns sound good. Mom never gets us Funyuns. We just started robbing this fucking store absolutely blind. Me and my brother did. And Arizona teas. There's one time I stole a dozen Arizona teas. Don't know why. Just did. Didn't even drink them. Just stole them.
It feels good, right? Yeah.
To the point where eventually there was big old security system sticker on the window. It says, beware, you're on, smile, you're on camera type of thing. And we're like, on to us. They're on to us. I stole label makers. I had pretty much an Office Max in my bedroom, and my mom that was never the wiser of anything. She's like, "Why the fuck is the forks labeled? Like, what the hell is what is this shit?" And I'm just like, "Don't worry about it. I'm writing calligraphy in fucking purple fucking glitter." It was awesome.
You steal like I do. I still steal to this day. Like this. That's the whole reason that the pillage thing happened, is because I love stealing. I love fucking over the man. Okay,
Yep.
so yeah, stealing's the shit. Like I learned how to steal with the CDs. Remember CDs? They came in those little plastic cases. They had to unlock it. The thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I figured out how to undo them by hand. Yeah,
Very nice.
I figured out how to do it, and I could do it in 20 seconds or less. So all I needed was 20 seconds without the eye of somebody. And boom, in the front of the pants. We're walking out. Every major release from like 1999 to like 2004 was stolen by your boy. You know,
God damn, fucking
Yeah.
Danny Ocean's gonna be calling you up for fucking Ocean's 14 with that fucking knowledge. 20 seconds.
I think Limp Bizkit and Eminem are going to be more mad. So,
Talking about a major release, I just had one.
speaking
Mm-hmm.
of major release, that's no longer whiskey. I did that while y'all were talking. I don't even notice.
God damn.
Yeah,
All right, Matt. What about you
Amanda.
though?
Matt.
One of my favorite. There was a local grocery store around here, and
Okay.
we knew buddies that worked at the place, and some people that were just kind of too old, didn't have a lot of friends, so they wanted to be our friends, kind of thing.
Oh, you
So
were
we
that
knew-
guy.
No, they were that guy, so we were just like, oh, cool. So they kind of formed us in where the cameras were. The best night to come in, where you could get a little something, not a little
Yeah.
something like that. So what we did is we would go in, fill up a shopping cart full of minors. Obviously we're minors, full of beer, subs, chips,
Hell
whatever.
yeah.
So what we would do is at certain times, certain registers, no cameras, we would go out a certain door with a shopping cart. We'd have a truck ready. We'd just go whoop, whoop, back of the truck, lift the whole shopping cart up there, and we'd go. Well, the one time our guy was supposed to be on and we had the whole cart, realized he wasn't on, somebody else was. They got pissed, called the cops. We went running, still got the cart. It even made the papers as the news article went everywhere, but it was something about the place, and then it was subject number 1 and subject number 2.
That
we always get around who was 1 and 2.
when you said whoop whoop, we used to call them woohoos.
Yep.
Did y'all ever do woohoos?
No.
Your buddy has a pickup truck, and you roll up to a gas station. You know how they always have the beer displays at the front right when you walk in?
Yep.
You walk in, you grab a case, your other buddy grabs a case, and you go, woohoo! And you run out, jump in the bed of the truck, and drive the fuck off.
No, I've never done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have a name for it.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
I did work at a local gas station though one time where this guy I would be the person that would like stock everything while he ran the register, and he showed me these tricks. He was very obsessed with lottery tickets. I was like, damn, dude, how do you spend so much money on lottery tickets? And he kind of looked at me. He's like, do you really want to know? And I'm like, yeah, kind of. He goes, you don't say shit. And I was like, okay. So it was a truck stop as well. So we'd have a whole bunch of truckers that would spend like $50 on food, like chicken salad sandwiches and shit. You know what I mean? Just odd and end shit. So he would ring that up as lottery. And so that place was losing food nonstop. They were terrible with their inventory. Terrible. So he would have $300 worth of fucking lottery, and he would do some of it in gas because this motherfucker never paid for gas. And I was like, oh shit. So one time he's like, hey, you want to go on like this 4-hour trip to fucking Branson of all places? And I'm like, yeah, let's do that. And he goes, we're going to load your fucking van full of beer, lottery tickets, smokes, and a full tank of gas. And I'm like, shit, let's go.
Hell yeah, dude.
Don't tell me twice. So we won a lot of money on lottery tickets, and we'd have to have like our friends and everything cash them in because we didn't want it to look too suspicious.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So that was another one that we used to do to where I miss those gas station days, man. I might have to go get a job like that again. That was fun.
Now I have, oh man. All right. We're doing a round 2 on this shit because there has to be a gas station episode where we talk about the shit. Because when I think of gas station shit, I think of Clerks.
Yeah.
I want to know how close it is to that shit. But we're at the end of the goddamn show, fellas. Thank y'all so much for fucking being on. This has been a goddamn blast. I hope I didn't scare y'all off. I know y'all have a similar podcast. Y'all have similar jokes because of this guy,
Easy.
But
Easy.
he is a what do they call that? A something soul.
Butthole.
A close soul. What is it called? What's that called?
Kindred
Kindred soul. It's kindred soul. Whatever that is, You are that Yuban, and you make me laugh fucking as well as you, Matt. Fucking, y'all gotta come the fuck back on, and after this, we're gonna watch some football. Are y'all into watching football together? Let's finish this game. Let's finish this game off. Hell yeah. Everybody else, see y'all next Tuesday. Give him a fuck, y'all. Give him the finger. Give him the finger. Hell yeah.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Dude.